G'day guys, and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnought. Last episode went a little bit crazy, but we did get a lot done. And if you look at our politics, we are halfway in our war with France. If you look at our relative fleet power, they have more ships, not many not many battleships, a lot of cruisers. We have more battleships, less cruisers. However, we are building 14 heavy cruisers. So we're going to be closing that gap very, very quickly. Combined with the usual advantage a human player has over the AI in this game, I think we have a very good chance of winning this war once they get built. If you look at our fleet, if I fix up the tabs, they're about 12 months away. So we have 12 months to gradually ramp up the political tension with France. If the war kicks off a little bit before then, I'm okay with that. We'll see how we go. Army logistics, theirs is a lot better than ours, which does worry me given we share a land border. However, if we start smashing their fleet quick enough, it shouldn't be a problem. I'm also a little bit worried about our colonial possessions. We do have Saipan over here, where they have the whole of... Oh, we have nationalist China. I didn't realize. That's cool. Yeah, they have French Indochina, which is obviously a lot more fleet basing. But I think it's just a risk we've got to take. Maybe we can take southern Algeria. I definitely don't think we can win a long, protracted war. That army logistics is just going to smash us. Although it will go down once we start sinking ships. We don't have the technological edge. But call me crazy, but I'm pretty confident. And I think winning a war against France has to happen. For us to turn the Mediterranean back into the Mare Nostrum, we're going to need... is it Provence? Yeah. We're going to need Toulon, we're going to need Marseille, and we're going to need North Africa. This is our birthright. We've already smashed the Spanish. We don't care about the Austro-Hungarians. We want the French. Do we have a pretty good... What are the odds of them joining in the war? Very low. Happy days. What other empires could join in? The Spanish could join in. Not scared of that. They do have battleships now, but they're going to be very small because their ports are very small. So I'm not overly scared. The Chinese, again, not scared. They can take Saipan. I'm not too worried about it. I don't think it's going to bother me too much. Maybe in this war with the French, the Netherlands will help out. I'm not sure. We can always hope. Alright, and with that, I'm going to end the turn. Happy days. Extra naval bombardment. Colombia wants to buy a torpedo boat. Take it. Take it. Take it. They're all old. They're all terrible. We have better ones. Alright. Let me know how you guys have been in the comment section below, too. Like, I love checking in with my audience. Let me know how you've been. How are you finding... Well, the summer's just ending here in Australia. We're heading into proper autumn. So, weather's changing. I'm a bit bummed out. I'm a bit of a beach lover, so... It's always sad to see the summer start to fade into winter. But I'm going to save a ton of money on electricity bills because the air conditioner won't be going constantly. So... Pros and cons. Pros and cons. Alright. Time to start enacting our plan to poke the French. Increase tension. Thanks to that last war, we have a ton of naval prestige. And we have no unrest. So we can keep building up that unrest and losing naval prestige to poke them. I don't mind about that. I have a lot of failed pokes in this naval prestige bank. Naval funds aren't going anywhere. The Netherlands always want more battleships. I don't think we're building anything for them at the moment. Let me double check. No. So that should be fine. That should be fine. I don't believe we are refitting our battleships anytime soon. We do have new armor quality coming in 13 months. New engines. Not too worried about the engines. Gun layout. 600 side guns. Don't stress me. Hull protection. Don't stress me. Oh, double bottom will be good. But it's almost 2 years away. We have some new torpedo sizes, 17-inch, and I thought there was going to be dual mounts there. I got really excited for a second. Alright, so not too stressed about that. Radio telegraph, that'll need to be an update. So in about 2 years, we'll do another big refit of all of our battleships. And that should be fun. I'm not too stressed. We'll have to start getting rid of some of these older designs. But it should be fun for now. More light cruisers would be something I'd like. I do like the light cruisers in this game although the heavy cruisers are taking over. I think just mines are really good. They can be overpowered. I think. I've seen a lot of damage done by mines. I've never really managed to pull it off, but I've seen a lot in the AI wars, so I'm kind of excited. Alright, next up. That's it. That's what we wanted. Happy day. So obviously we've got to wait another 2 turns to hit them again. That's fine. How many of these old torpedo boats have we sold? Now, should be... we got 5 left. That's fine. Alright, quick update on the reading list. What have you guys all been reading? I've just started reading Losing Small Wars again. It's a great book. It's by, I think it's Frank Lewins. It's about the British invasion of Afghanistan and their struggles. What went wrong, what went right. How policy that made a lot of sense in the halls of Washington and London didn't make sense to the troops on the ground. And I think it's probably the best dissection of that disconnect I've ever seen in a book. It's phenomenal. It's really that book and the opening of the Penguin Classics edition of On War by Carl von Clausewitz are probably the 2 books that shaped my opinion on war. Just a really thorough dissection of what can go wrong and what can go right. And not much goes right, which I think is the lesson I took away from it. No matter your reasoning and how much thought you put into things and how much care, we often have this perception of generals and admirals and leaders as not caring or not taking in all the facts. But if you really dig into it, a lot of them do care. They do look into the facts. Douglas Haig had great reasons for why he fought the Battle of the Somme the way he did. They were just wrong. And that's hindsight. I think that's really... It's something to be used. It's also something to be wary of. Because when everything appears clear in hindsight, we start to think war is clear. And it's not. You know, Clausewitz has the friction, the fog of war for a reason. Nothing's clear at the time. And something that makes a lot of sense to you and the 10 blokes around you might not make sense to the guys on the ground. Anyway, that's enough of that rant. Other things I've been reading, the Destroyerman series by Taylor Anderson. It's wild, it's kooky, it makes no sense, and I love it. It's about a World War II destroyer that gets sucked through a wormhole in the middle of World War II in the Pacific and ends up in this, like, medieval world with lemur people and lizard people, and it's just wild. But it's fun. It's a lot like the Lost Regiment series by William R. Forshett, which is my guilty pleasure read. I call them penny dreadfuls, because you buy them at $1 at a used bookstore and you get endless enjoyment out of them. Alright, with that, next up. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. I care about that. That's money. I care about that. That's money. Happy days. We might be able to start selling off some of our older light cruisers too soon. Oh, it's been a long day and it's only Monday. There's a lot of week left to go. I think it's part of the reason I went crazy last week. It's just work was so stressful and this became an outlet. And I probably let show a side of myself that not many people have seen. It was a little bit crazy. But it was also a lot of fun. And it was very cathartic. So thank you guys for bearing with me. I appreciate it. Alright. I think it's time to poke the French again. If we can get them while they're at war with Germany, that's best case scenario. Honestly. A few months after that war kicks off, I'll be very happy. Although, we do need a decisive fleet engagement to offset that army logistics penalty. So I worry if they're fighting the Germans, we're just going to end up picking off lighter ships, heavy cruisers, light cruisers, a destroyer here and there. And we're not going to offset that, and we're going to lose Northwest Italy. That's worst case scenario. That's worst case scenario. Losing Northwest Italy and the Western Sahara due to land invasions that I can't do anything about. Because their fleet's either destroyed in another war, which doesn't give us victory points, or hold up in port. But we'll just have to see how we go. Alright, next turn. Ignored by France, that's that national prestige hit we knew we were going to take eventually. Yeah, we just knew that was going to happen. I know we're selling off these torpedo boats for very cheap, but Once torpedo boats reach a certain age, they're pretty much just free victory points for your enemy. I think that's what I learnt in the last war. We had a lot of very old torpedo boats, very terrible torpedoes, and not very many of them. And they were just feeding victory points to Spain, which we just didn't need. It was a lot closer war than it should have been. And having had time to reflect on that, and a few friendly comments, yeah, definitely a different torpedo boat doctrine going forward. A more conservative one, one that relies a lot more on these heavy cruisers we have now. Because instead of making a shield with torpedo boats, we can now make a shield with heavy cruisers, which hopefully will be a lot more effective. What's our capacity looking like? Yeah, we're full. We're full, but we are building more. Once we build more, I think light cruisers will be a good idea. Any go with that cruiser hull design? No. Alright, next turn. Spain's losing ships. The Netherlands want a battleship. We can't fit that now, Hubba. No. Sorry, we're full. We could build that even if we wanted to. Not without paying an exorbitant amount and taking forever to deliver it, which I don't want to be saddled with that upkeep for longer than we have to. I reckon it's time to poke France again. That's not progressing as fast as I'd like. Alright, and cruise tension. They are allied with the Ottomans. That could get interesting. That could get very interesting. No, I can't build it. Well, I could build it, but I'm not going to. I can't, I'm sorry. Bang. It's good, not as good as I'd like. It's like they're indignant, but they're aware of a war with Germany on the horizon. And they're unwilling to put all their fruits in the fuck Italy basket while that war's looking to be going. Obviously, there's no Maginot Line at this point. There's no World War I. There's just open plains and Napoleonic tactics with primitive bolt actions. If you want to look at the Franco-Prussian War, very interesting. Just a complete mismatch of tactics. There's always those, you'd call them like linchpin conflicts in world history. Like, conflicts have become a real test bed for future technologies. And this is when that hindsight becomes dangerous. As we look back and we go, oh, of course, the needle gun. You know, it's a bolt action. It's going to be better than primitive muskets. But really, in a lot of ways, it wasn't. I know it had a lot of downsides to its increased rate of fire. Obviously, it ended up being superior, but not as superior as people think. I know there are a lot of very close battles in that war, and the French were not as incompetent as people make out. You know, there's always the meme. The meme of France is nothing without Napoleon, who was an Italian. Or I think it was Corsican, wasn't it? It was Corsican or Sardinian? It's really embarrassing. I don't know that off by the top of my head. I'm gonna forget I said that. I might edit it out because I want you guys to know I'm an idiot. I don't want you guys to have any false pretenses. But I'm very embarrassed right now. And I have a book on Napoleon by Alan Forrest. I will be reading that. I promise. That is my promise to you. I will be reading that. Alright, can we poke the French again? I lost track. No. Alright, happy days. Next time. Alright, first things first. We're poking the French. Bang. Poked. How long have we got to wait on these heavy cruisers? 5 months. 6 months. Happy days. We have a lot of space now. Not a lot. Not really enough for a full production run of light cruisers. We do have a new heavy cruiser hull design. That's interesting. That's interesting. Worth waiting for Harvey armor, multiple expansion steam engines though, and new rangefinders. Yeah, okay. There's a lot worth waiting for right now. Yeah, I don't think we'll be building any new ships until all of this calms down, because there's a lot of good stuff here, and I want it all to be used in our fleet at once, instead of dribbling and drabbling its way through. And we have a lot of okay heavy cruisers. I think someone in the comments called them terrible. I didn't think they were that bad from memory. Obviously, I recorded that episode a long time ago, but I didn't think it was that bad. Alright, and with that rant, next up, bang. Contact mines, happy day with that. Bang, that's a bit better. Even after hours, work calls me. Alright, I think, have we poked the French yet? Yes, we have. With that, next turn. Austria-Hungary is angry at Spain because Spain's got fleets in the Philippine Sea. That only makes sense to me. I don't... Yeah, only makes sense to me. Niger's been conquered by France. Where's that? Oh, of course, now they're just bigger. We could do that. Just saying. We could do that. You have 11,000 men just sit there like, this is nice. Although they do have more. Okay, never mind. I forgot Morocco's kind of like a medium power. Alright, time to poke the French again. Poking the French. I love poking the French. Even though they're building 40 ships, and they have 4 battleships, and their GDP is a lot larger than ours. Oh, in order to take some of that GDP, we need to poke the French. And it's also why we need them to go to war with the Germans. Definitely need that. Should be fun. Should be fun. In 3 months, well, yeah, 3 to 4 months, we'll have a lot more cruisers, and I'll be feeling a lot better about this war. In the meantime, do we want to build more of these? Build 6 more. Just because we can. Alright. Happy days. Light cruiser. Not more yet. Not more yet. Alright, next turn. Industrial sector over the army and the navy. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, more GDP is always good. Multiple expansion steam engines. Colombia wants arsonists. Done. Take it. We've annoyed the French. Happy days. What do they got running around here? That's a big fleet. We do have... That's just the... Yeah. It's not actually larger fleets. Minus dud chance, I'll take that. Alright, we definitely got a lot going on here. A lot going on here. Happy days. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. If we can win a war with this fleet, which is probably the weakest fleet we will ever have in this game, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. Next time. Okay, that makes more sense. Balisite. Minus flash fire chance is good. Bigger flash fire, not so good. That's not really enough of a minus chance in total to justify the absolute annihilation of your own ship you suffer if it does go off. Wow. Japan's not doing well. Not doing well at all. Okay. Ooh, I don't like that GDP growth at all. But I like that naval budget. Our GDP is growing massively. We got the highest GDP growth. Yes, we do. We'll take that. We will need that. More GDP means more naval budget, because naval budget is a percentage of the GDP. Happy days. And we've reached advanced technology. Even better. What is France? Is France advanced? France is average. England, of course, is very advanced because they cheat. Bastards. Is France going to war with... Oh, look at that. We're both the same. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And we shall get more heavy cruisers next turn. Bang. They want an Nettuno for 80%. I think we can do that. We have very free dockyards right now. Not as much as I would have liked. We have finished building the new ones. Happy days. Alright, I think is there anything in research we really want right now? Armor quality. Yeah, we want that. Rangefinder is still ages away. I think we can afford to make... I might make a new heavy cruiser, just with the new armor quality, the new engines, the new hull. Given how much we rely on them, I think that would be a smart move. Genuinely, I do. More pocket battleships will only be helpful against the French, who we cannot poke, correct? Next turn. Happy days, happy days. Anti-flooding 1, excellent. Bit of torpedoes. Canada and the United States. Well, I don't think anyone's surprised by that at all. It will make bombarding the US coast a lot more difficult. So the US might have won a great victory there, like a really big political coup. Speaking of political coups, just keep poking. Should be next turn. Yeah, next turn we get the new heavy cruisers. Happy days. Yeah, no, I don't see anything. I don't see anything else. What's that? Mark II 5-inch guns? I'm not overly stressed about that. Yeah, we can do it next turn. Alright, maybe it'll come in handy. Harvey armor. Happy days. Well, if we weren't... So, no, not for 62%. That's a big one. That's a big one. How close are we now? 96. Yeah, we're gonna need that. We're gonna need that heavy cruiser. Start getting built. All right, let's design it. Armored cruiser 2. Let's go. How big can we make this thing? Alright, this is the Mars class heavy cruiser, and it is amazing. For only $3 million more than the Intrepido, it will do the same speed at 163 engine efficiency. That pitch and roll is perfect. It does have a bit of a fall weight offset, but there's not much we can really do about that, and it's not bad enough to really affect its seakeeping. At 7,500 tons, it's got induced steam multiple expansion engines, so all the armor we could want. I would have liked to have gone a little bit heavier on this armor, but it's fine. We did have to sacrifice a torpedo tube to make it work, but this thing's fantastic. It's got Mark II 10-inch guns. It can't duel with a battleship, but with 2 or 3 friends, it can do a lot of damage. And with 17-inch torpedo tubes, it can be a bit of a menace. It could be a bit of a menace, especially in the numbers we're going to be building this thing. So I am very, very happy with this. Alright, save design. And you best believe we're going to be building a ton of these. Yeah, we're building 10 of these. Should be fine. Yep, it's fine. The finances aren't going to like it, but that's fine. We can take that loss for a long time. Where did our other heavy cruisers go? They went to Livorno. These will be going the same place. And this is basically my my strategy for this campaign. I can't have a lot of battleships, but I can make them super technologically advanced, and I can make the heavy cruisers backing them up numerous. We're always going to fall a little bit behind the AI. Like I think France is 26. We will be having more than that. We'll be having 29. And I think we'll use them better. So, I'm not overly threatened. Alright, next up. Alright, well, if this next... I would refit the battleships, but we're literally about to go to war. I think this thing will kick off any second, and I'm not putting my battleships in port for 3 months while we're this close. It's too dangerous. So I'm just going to get it over and done with. Hopefully this works, and we have a battle this episode. Let's just check our fleet disposition. So Lespezia's obviously got everything. Livorno has all of our modern heavy cruisers for the most part. I think Lespezia's got a few of them, but there are also a lot of the old one, these Varese, which we're not a huge fan of. They're alright, but they're not as good as these. That is a huge overweight. Wow. The Serena. Alright. This will be coming out probably near the end of the war. I hope this war doesn't go 2 years. 12 months would be fine for this war. So maybe they'll come in at the end. They do have a fleet coming out. Ambushing that fleet would be great. Hopefully we can manage that. And, oh, they ignored us. Oh, well. They've just bought us 2 more months to either go to war with... Oh, they are improving relations with Germany. Looks like this is a 1v1. It's a 1v1 against a much bigger power. But I think we'll be fine. I hope we'll be fine. We'll see. Our army logistics is getting a lot better. So, we'll see. We might accidentally go to war here. It might not even be one of our buttons. But we'll see how we go. I do think I will boost our shipyards just because we're going to war anyway. So, that money will kind of reconstitute itself soon. Next time. What? Hello. A semi-dreadnought. No. Is that a battleship? Or did we just unlock 2 new battleships? Oh, we did. Well, I know what I'm doing now. I definitely know what I'm doing. We're not waiting for the rangefinders. We're building these now. Alright, battleship number 1. This is the Grand Alessandro. It will do 20 knots, same as our heavy cruisers, at 140% engine efficiency. It's got a ton of 2-inch guns. 2-inch guns? 10-inch guns. It's got a ton of 11-inch guns. And it's got some of these quick-firing, twin-turreted, smaller guns, and some casemates. So its secondary armament is a little bit small for my liking. It does have torpedoes, so it can kind of defend itself. It's got great armor, and it's got a little bit of wiggle room for when we need to modernize later. So this thing's fantastic. I love it. Alright, next one. Alright, and here's the... I'm not calling it that. This is the Jupiter class. It's got 2 twin 12-inch guns for its main battery. Our Mark IIs that we've just unlocked. It has 6 per side twin 9-inch guns. To fit them all in, I did have to shorten the barrels ridiculously, which will probably make their rate of fire crazy. Yeah, they're firing every 30 seconds. 9-inch guns firing every 30 seconds. Accuracy is not going to be great, but if anything gets very close, they're going to regret it. They have a ton of 2-inch guns as tertiary batteries. It's not great. I'd like better, but we can't always pick and choose. I'm going to add a torpedo wood as well, just to really let someone know if they get too close. Like, that was a mistake. Alright, with that, I'm going to save the design. Alright, and of course we are building both of those immediately. Just one, because sad. Because sad. Alright, fleet, battleships. Yes, 1 Grand and a Salager, 1 Jupiter. Both going in the Spezia. Because, oh, actually both going in the Warner. Because the Spezia is full. Alright, how are we going? Yep, still got space. Happy days. Building bigger. And can we poke the French? We can. Alright, this should be the war.
A few moments later.
That's war. Alright, who likes us, who dislikes us? Lots of changes there. And of course now we get radio telegraph. I could have looked into that, but at least now the war went off. At least now we have them building before the war went off. So we've got a month advantage. And we can always refit them after the war. Alright, tech budget 100. Transport capacity is going to have to go up. Crew training is going to have to go up. Fleet is going to have to go into sea control. Don't really know why our budget's dying so hard. Because we should be at war and making more money, not less. Yeah, that crew training's brutal. Look at that, 150, minus 150 minutes. That's literally our whole deficit, is that crew training. Maybe because our crew pool is so small? Because we've been building so much? We'll see if that changes next term. Because we're making so many. But otherwise we're going to have to lower that quite a bit. Alright. Where's our first target? That's a big fleet. I think that's our first target. We may get a battle in this episode. Probably not. That'll probably be the start of the next episode, will be that battle. Of course, we don't want to fight both of these fleets, only one. So we might actually just move our ships out to here and let them come to us. Now, obviously all the battleships come out first. Then the new cruisers. Not the old ones. They're old ones. I said new ones. Assuming that's a new one. Is new one. Alright, and that leaves 5, so oh, that we have more new ones. Alright. And then just all of the torpedo boats. In fact, might as well just, yeah, we'll just, nope, okay. Wow, we really cannot move much. Yeah, that's, wow. We have very small fleets. Very small fleets. Okay, well, how many torpedo boats can I get in with that last? Nope, none. Alright, we have no torpedo boats, just battleships and heavy cruisers. Which does not seem fair when you look at what the enemy's rocking. Although they aren't having as many battleships. This could go poorly, or hopefully our battleships have enough to overmatch whatever they have. Alright, next turn. War between France and Austria-Hungary. War between France and Germany. That's perfect. Yeah, fight, auto-resolve. Heavy damage to all my ships. No, okay. Alright, we're losing ships. Yep, they're launching an offensive. That's bad, we knew that would happen. Oh, we're not fighting that if we can help it. Alright, our convoys are having a rough time of it. Which we knew might happen. Alright, we've definitely got our work cut out for us. So our finances are still doing terrible. That crew training is just taking us out. We've got maybe one more turn of that, then we'll have to turn it way down. Alright. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Any suggestions you have for the next war, any tactics, anything you'd like to see, fleet compositions, any weaknesses you see in the enemy, please feel free to let me know. I'd love to hear it. Alright, I hope you guys have a lovely night. Ciao.